You might have observed that chairman asked both of us to come and sit here. We said no, because if you sit here, you will not thank us. Because we were sitting there, we also received the thanks. So that's the reason. So all that I wanted to mean is Vice Chancellor and Registrar are always with you, not on this side. Okay, that is all. That's all I wanted to tell you. Okay. Well, I can understand the pains I definitely have seen, because I myself was in the campus and I was going through the departments. I was, I was also calling the deans to explain. And in fact, I don't know, I'm not seeing Dean IQAC over here and other deans. On that day when I interacted with them, all of them mentioned that your interaction was very, very tough, right? I'm sure Dean AA knows that. I'm very, very tough. Uh, well, I mean perfect business. I don't compromise. That's most important, because the 5 departments and 5 heads of the departments have clearly experienced that how a true accreditor can get beneath the skin without hurting the skin, right? Therefore, what has got to be spoken, particularly in any accreditation, and why I left going for accreditation, is because the institutions do not do that, right? So what is very necessary to speak is the experience. And experience comes from the truth. The truth, when it is practiced, becomes experience. And when you speak experience, you don't need anybody's support for that. Of course, the advice, the little direction, little turning, giving a little mode is very necessary. And that's what your Honorable Chairman has done. In fact, I got to congratulate Honorable Chairman, because you should have seen him before the ABET team entered his hall. He was restless. He was moving around. I told, don't worry, everything would be cool. But then he was so, the feeling that he owns the entirety has got to be appreciated. But then all of you, all have experienced that it is ultimately the experience, the rich experience when you share, and to experience that the richness in that you have got to have really followed all principles. Ultimately, even as chairman was trying to convince me and convince others that number is not a big issue, but that is not the issue. We should always be able to tell, in spite of the lapse, we have not let our children down because of that. That is most important, right? We have never made any compromise, even because of a small lapse. We have made all this, okay? That has got to be made understood. I'm very happy. Everyone did an excellent job. Well done, Professor Pichaya and all heads of the departments. Really expected that today could be a break day, but then yesterday, late evening, it was very much known to us that the convocation could be just around. And then you already clapped, telling that up to 29th is a big vacation. Enjoy that. All right. Right then. Okay. But again, I shall underscore this particular point. You should be so much experienced that your experience should simply outweigh anybody's expectation. On that day, immediately I called, day before yesterday, you remember, I had called all heads of the department and all deans at the evening, and I told, somewhere you might have exaggerated. I repeat the same word. Somewhere you could have exaggerated. Absolutely no problem. Because Exaggeration is the way of telling yourself that this is my expectation. So if you have exaggerated for whatever the reason, absolutely no problem, right? Little exaggeration should become the great expectations, and these expectations should definitely become possible by the time you go next. 26 is your knack, second knack. 2026 and 2026 shall be NBA also. Before that, we have got to go for NBA, for MBA, for MCA, for IT, for biomedical, etc. And if possible, by the time even agriculture could come to final year, they should also go for ICAR. All right, these things should happen. These things should not become big festivals. They should happen, right? It has got to happen like August 15th. It has got to happen like Republic Day. And every time we observe Independence Day with great valor, every time we observe Republic Day with great sincerity and great application, and every time love for India becomes more. And that's exactly it has got to happen. All right. But then, well, a team has got to be there to prepare the report. The team has got to be there to do a lot of justification. But then, well, then, I'm very happy. Even if there is a slight exaggeration, somewhere, some exaggeration, keep it as an expectation to be accomplished. Let us know. We are always here. We will do that. Okay? Of course, getting the qualified faculty is a very challenge. All right? And it's really a challenge because the facts clearly show that we are not able to produce so many PhDs at all from all over India. So the number of PhDs required are not even available, right? Even we go by the industry way of doing it also, we have got to manufacture the PhDs. It is impossible, all right? It is just impossible. But nevertheless, we should put our best effort. We have all the ways to come. We have all the ways to build up a good faculty number. We shall do that. We shall definitely do that. We shall not compromise. We shall remain the best. And surely the moment it started, I was very sure there shall not be any deficiency. I was very, very confident that there shall not be any deficiency. In fact, I expected that minor these these weaknesses also could be very less. Surely it is very, very less. In fact, biotechnology 0, mechanical fully 0, biotechnology 0, electrical has only 1, electronics has got only 1, and of course computer science, naturally it is expected. Even if any institute of USA also would go for ABET, so many weaknesses are possibly understandable. That should not be big issues. After all, weaknesses. Vitamins are there to overcome the weaknesses. Don't worry. And there are only, within 2 months, enough vitamins would always be available. Don't worry, right? Deficiency needs treatment. Weakness requires only vitamins. Don't worry, okay? Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.